Khan Academy is most known for our library of over 2,000 videos covering everything from basic addition all the way to college level math and science. But what I want to cover in this video is the software piece of Khan Academy, which we think is at least as significant as the video piece. So if you click on Do Exercises on the Khan Academy right here, this is the first thing that a student will see. This thing on the right here, this is our knowledge map, and this shows all of the different concepts that we have exercises on. So each of these stars is a different concept, and then they're just listed in order over here. This right here, if it's green, it's a suggested exercise. It also says all of the exercises in the recent ones. If you need a review exercise, it'll tell you what you're proficient in. And the general paradigm is you start every student at 1 plus 1 equals 2. Let me click over there and show you what this module looks like. So this is basic addition. It's the most basic mathematics. If you know how to do it, you literally just type in the answer, and it will build your streak. The paradigm is that this will generate an infinite number of problems for you. They're computer generated until you get 10 in a row. So make sure that you have no gaps in your knowledge. If you don't know how to do this, you could watch the Khan Academy video from our library. Or if you don't know how to do that particular problem, you can always click I'd like a hint, and it gives you the actual steps. And all of this is in a game-like framework. You have energy points here, which are the points that keep track of how much effort you put in. And they're there to try to motivate students to work on what will challenge them or what will improve their learning the most. There's also a bunch of badges and things that students can get as well, and we'll talk about that in a second. Just to get a sense of the scope of the knowledge map. So these are all of the nodes, and I could keep scrolling here. But once you get 10 in a row on level 1 addition, then it'll recommend that you do level 2 addition, the first level of multiplication, and then level 1 subtraction. So these lines show the dependencies. And so you can keep moving up and up. And let me zoom out a little bit so we can get a better appreciation for everything. And just so you get a sense of the type of modules that there are. There are things in geometry, like this Pythagorean theorem module. If you know how to solve what they're asking for, you can just put the answer in. If you don't know how to solve it, you can say, I'd like a hint. And you can get the actual hints. You can get the actual hints for that type of problem. Now, if you have no clue of how to do it, you can watch the videos for that type of problem. And these are the related videos right over here. Let me show you maybe one more module just so that we get a sense of the scope over here. So you have modules like this, which are algebra modules. If you know how to do it, if you know how to solve for x, select the answer. And there are other types there's free answer and things like that as well. If you don't know how to do it, it will give you the steps for that exact problem. And once again, there's an infinite number of problems. It will give you as many as you need until you can show you're proficient by doing 10 in a row. So the paradigm is the student really just works at their own pace and really gets motivated through the points and the game mechanics to go as far as they can. And right now, our knowledge map covers everything from very basic mathematics, from that basic addition, well into high school level mathematics, most of algebra and algebra 2, and already a good amount of trigonometry and pre-calculus, and even a little bit of calculus. So that's just what a student would do on a regular basis. But next I want to show you kind of the data that the student can see on him or herself, and also what a teacher or a parent can see on the student. So this view can be viewed either by the student or by a mentor, a parent, or a teacher. So this just shows the activity over the last few days. This kind of light green color, that shows the time spent. The height is the time spent on videos on that day. Or sorry, the time spent on exercises on that day. And the navy blue shows the time spent on videos. And these show this is the highest badge achieved, and this is proficiency achieved that day. When you scroll on top of it, it gives you more detail on what happened on that day. You see right here on February 8th, 2011, 4,625 energy points, 19 total minutes spent on videos. It shows which videos, 19 minutes spent on exercises, shows the exercises, and it tells the achievements that the student has achieved. Now you can get this over any time duration. This is the student over the last 30 days. This is actually from a trial we're doing out here in Northern California, where the students are doing this as part of their classroom. So they're doing it both at home and at night. So this is over the last 30 days. You can also see what the student did yesterday. And you can see it by hour, so you can get pretty granular detail. And once again, when you scroll over it, you see the detail. These are the badges that a student earns, and they get more prestigious as you go to the left. Meteorite badges are pretty easy to get. Black hole badges are super hard to get. Sun badges are quite hard to get. But if we just look at this student's moon badges, these are the ones that these are the badges that he or she has earned. And then here are the possible badges. And these are things that we want to motivate students to do. So if you become an apprentice arithmetician, if you get proficiency in these modules, you can go transonic, which means doing problems very quickly, getting a streak very quickly on an exercise. You can show that you're persistent. Any type of trait that we think are positive, we've been creating badging mechanisms for. And so there's obviously other badges. Earth badges are even more prestigious. Sun badges, all of the rest. And once again, all of this is available. It's free. You just have to log in with a Google or a Facebook ID, and we're going to extend that to other types of ways to log in. And so you could see this, just the activity. You can also see focus, which is a read of what the student has been up to. So if you're a parent or a teacher, say, hey, what has my child been up to? And this outer circle over here shows the mix of exercises the student has worked on. And if you scroll over it, it gives more detail. The inner circle shows the mix of videos. And then once again, it gives detail by video. And you can do it over different time durations as well. And then you can click on any one of these. You can click on any one of these to get more detail. So in simplifying radicals, students spent 52 minutes in the last 30 days on this, did 89 total problems, 55 correct without a hint. But if you want more granular data, and this is about as granular as you can get, you can actually see all of the problems that the student has done. All of them. So this is the 55th problem that the student did, got it wrong, then watched the video and got some hints, and the red means wrong, blue means right. The height of the bar means how long it took them in seconds. So they watched a video, got hints, got a few right, but then started to get some wrong, watched the video again, slowly kind of ironed out the deficiencies that they had, and eventually they were able to get 10 in a row. And if a teacher or a student or a parent wants to know exactly which problem they got wrong or right, you can literally just click on that bar and you will see the exact problem that the student got wrong. And you can show me next hint, and it'll actually give you the steps of how to solve it if you want to mentor or tutor that exact student. And then let me show you some of the other reports that you can get. So I showed you focus. There's also the exercise progress report, which is just a read of completion from a student's point of view. It's kind of another way of looking at the knowledge map. Green means the student is proficient in it. Blue means that they're working on it, but everything seems to be okay. And red means they're working on it, but they're probably stuck. And you can scroll over it to get a little bit more detail. Once again, if you click on it, you get granular data. You can also get their progress over time. So this is literally just a count of how many modules the student has completed over time. So this is days on the site. This is modules completed. And you can scroll over any of these dots and you can see which module was completed at which date. So that's from the student's point of view. And we're constantly adding more views on the student. Now, from a teacher point of view, and this is being used in a trial. This is data from an actual live trial. Teachers get live data on all of the students in their class. So this is a report from yesterday from our live trial. And this shows each bar here is a different student, and it shows where and what they worked on. So light blue shows what they worked on in the classroom. Dark blue shows what they worked on at home, and it shows exactly what they were up to when you scroll there, and exactly when they worked. So this student's from 6:15 to 7:20 spent 65 minutes doing these two exercises. This student over here, when they went home, they watched those two videos and they did those three exercises. In the classroom, this is what they were up to. But the paradigm here, and this is useful by itself, is for a student to walk in every day and they look at a dashboard that shows where every student is in the class. And the paradigm is the students who are, they're going to be at all different levels. So let me make it clear. So this is a dashboard. These are the students right over here. I blanked them out for privacy reasons. But each row here is a student. Each column here is a different concept, one of those stars that you saw in the knowledge map. Green means that the student is proficient already in that concept. Let me scroll to the right. Blue means that they're working on it, but no cause for concern. And then red means that they are probably stuck. So the paradigm for the teacher is intervene only when a student is stuck. And that intervention might be a direct intervention. Take these two kids aside and work on multiplying decimals. Or there's one student in particular who's having trouble with multiplying decimals. Or even better, why don't you take some of these students here that are already proficient and pair them up with the student first. So this is just and we have other reports. There's even a real-time dashboard of what exactly is going on in the classroom in real time. The class isn't going on right now, so I can't show you that dashboard. But we're constantly adding new reports to really facilitate this paradigm of every kid learning at their own pace, having a ton of data so that the teacher and the parent can really leverage their time optimally to really focus on students' weak points.